But what I'm doing is almost the opposite of what you guys are doing. You guys are taking it to RTS gaming to that next level. Well, thank you for that. Let me say this though. There's hundreds and hundreds of people that work on Supreme Commander 1 and Forged Alliance and you know, we stood on the shoulders of the giants of RTS creators, primarily Westwood and others like Blizzard and so forth. We all interchanged ideas and built and you know, so I appreciate that somehow I've become kind of a lightning rod. But there's a lot of people that, you know, and the fact that you guys have created this with a very small budget, with just a couple, you know, like you said, the two of you, and I imagine there's other folks that are, you know, on your team here and there and around the world. That's, it doesn't, you know, it's impressive. It's impressive. I'm watching it and I'm even envious. I mean, you're bringing out a whole range of emotions in me. I wouldn't go so far as to call it jealousy because, you know, I've been there, done that. I've stood on that mountain. You know what I mean? Yeah. But what you guys have got here definitely feels evolved and definitely feels like it's captured the spirit. It could very well be deemed the spiritual successor to the games that we created at Gas-Powered Games. Absolutely. You guys have that opportunity to literally take that and own that and have that crown for many years to come. So pulling this off will be a monumentally fantastic achievement. Can I interrupt you for a second and say that the concept of the commander in Total Annihilation came directly out of chess? So when you are calling it, anecdotally here, you're calling it the king piece, you are 100% right. That's exactly what it was modeled after, was chess. It creates tension because there's something very valuable that you must protect. And it was just, and it became powerful. When the king came onto the battlefield, the king is supposed to really kick some ass. I merged the king and the queen together.
True.
In the commander. Otherwise the king is kind of nerfed in chess. But when you take the queen and the king, you have what is effectively the commander. It's kind of neat to have that in a unit. That unit likes to sometimes hide, right? And just literally be the most cowardly unit on the battlefield. If you think about it, right? Literally hiding away in the corner, like, and it comes out and it saves the day and it performs these operations that are really critical. That only the
it's the last resort kind of thing, you know, the ultimate plan B, but it's an act of desperation, and you can pull off some amazing moves.
The psychology is great. It follows that old saying: if you want something done right, you do it yourself. So the commander comes out and says, "Okay, damn it, I've got to get this job done myself because no one else can." Anyway, carry on. This is beautiful, and I want to say something. I want to say something else though. You said a lot of people are still playing and modding Forged Alliance and Supreme Commander. Not for long. Not when this comes out. They're gonna move on. They're gonna see something far, far more interesting and shiny and cool and innovative, and they're gonna want to play this instead. So I have no emotional negativity towards that. I think that would be amazing for you guys to be able to achieve that. That'd be awesome.
Explore all of it. So that means that within this one space, you have enough diversity, enough maps to just go crazy, right, with creativity. The idea there is that we wanted to have this interesting lore setting, but not limit the creativity of mappers.
Nice. I mean, I like it. It's super unique. I mean, Dyson Sphere is an understood thing, but we see things like the Halo rings and so forth and so on. So this is just fun. I mean, you guys are clearly having fun and enjoying this and stretching your physics, stretching the realities of whatever, to create an interesting playground to have the most fun with an RTS game. That's the name of the business we're in. You are trying to find the sweetest fun spot on the curve.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. So that's cool. Do you guys have a cosmologist or a physicist or anyone with a deep scientific background that can sort of white glove your theories so that you could, because you don't want to get yourself into a situation is where you create some deep complex gameplay and systems around something that's complete opposite of what would happen in a sort of imaginary reality of this, right? So it's not a bad idea to vet some of these ideas, because who knows, maybe the opposite would happen.
Yeah, that's probably the case. I mean, like we've talked about it a while, and kind of like at this distance from the sun, it's very likely like you're pretty close to things like the outer corona. It's possible that the solar winds are so strong that it's pushing out with such force that nothing falls in. Right? It's just the opposite. Once the breach is made, it's just a whole lot of hot plasma is just spewing out, and so it's worth like looking into, probably with sci-fi people that like are really passionate about this kind of stuff.
It'd be interesting if fire was just shooting straight out of this breach, just like a stream of hot plasma and energy was pouring out. That'd be kind of fun too, right? I mean,
in terms of the gameplay mechanics, I think it'd be very interesting, because like you rarely have something that alters the map for the air layer, right? The layer in which units can basically go corner to corner anywhere, right? Here, that would create an actual wall for air units, which is completely. I think it's completely novel, and that would mean that like you now have to go the long way around with your air units, which is not not a scenario that you usually have with RTS. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential with that idea to make some interesting gameplay.
Right. Like a teenager trying to find themselves. You've got an AI trying to find itself. Plays in a band. Works on cars.
You don't let me blow up the planet.
Yeah. So humans do that exact thing, right? We test, we experiment, we sample from the buffet of life, and we go, "Wow, I really, really like, pork or whatever. I love these pulled pork sandwiches. I'm going to eat those." And that's how it works. So the AI it'd be kind of fun and interesting that the AI, in the story, the evolution of the story, tries some things, and then it comes to the conclusion that it really hated that.
Yeah.
And it says, God, we don't ever want to do that again. And that's why they don't, because that once upon a time they did that and they didn't like it. So they did this other thing, and it was really successful. So they kept doing more of that. That's typically the way creatures work. Whatever causes them to be more successful, find more food, destroy more of their natural predators, they tend to keep doing more of that because that allows their population to grow. So population is ultimately a measure of their success. Yeah, I like that. It's good game design. The only reason we ever shied away from what you call the WYSIWYG model to label it that is cost. We just did not have the dollars to create all the models, and you have to test. Your testing goes way through the roof. Every combinatorial has to get tested. So that's the only reason we didn't do it. So if you guys can pull that off, that's badass as far as I'm concerned.
So you can kind of recognize bits and patterns of like the grass and everything like that. But because it fades out progressively 9 times as you zoom out, it all seems to be like continuous, and you feel like, oh wow, it's just the map is incredibly detailed, and you can see it as much when you're close as when you're far from it.
Yeah, mission accomplished. I'd say that's a check box that you check that box, you're done. I mean, this looks beautiful, and if you kept trying to make it better, it's like an audiophile who hears something that no one else can hear. You're not going to get a lot more gold out of those mountains. You've maximized, I think, the visual look until it comes up in a conversation with a large group of people. You're going to be like, no, we got other stuff to do. So that's good. That's good. I think a lot of things. First of all, I think you guys have made amazing progress. You've assembled an amazing team of talented people. I can feel your passion. It's palpable. You're ambitious. You're even more ambitious than I would be if somebody wrote me a check and said, go off and build the next RTS. I may not be going for some of these things just because I don't have, maybe because I've had my time in the sun and I don't feel, I don't want to work 14 hours a day, because that's what you guys are signing up for. You're signing up to pretty much work your butts off for years to come, both building the game and then supporting this game and interacting with the community. So ambition is front and center here with this project. And I think that's correct. Like, I think ambition is what you need. I would not try to diminish that intensity of your ambition. Go for it. Full throttle. Throw everything you've got. And that's how you build great things. Because if you reach for the top rung and and you get to the second or third rung, other people are reaching for the fifth rung on the ladder, and they're attaining that, but you're getting way higher up because you're reaching for it. And that's the name of the game. So, and when it comes to this whole business that we're in, so ambitious, awesome, great team, lots of talent, tons of passion. I love it. You guys you're on the right course, and it doesn't matter what happens. You need to do this, right? You need to do this. This is like a thing you got to do.
Yeah.
This is amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so congratulations to you guys. Well done. 2 thumbs up from me. The Kickstarter, I hope, I don't know what your plan is, but I hope it's a great success, and I will definitely share out your links on that and get some more eyeballs on that.
No, but honestly though, your word probably means means everything to that community, and
that's right.
A lot of them are probably like on the fence or haven't necessarily heard about us. We haven't necessarily been in their face. We've been very respectful so far. So your word will basically tell all of them go, right? It's completely different than Chris Taylor saying nothing about Synctree. It completely changes the picture.
I appreciate that. Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope it does allow you guys to get some fresh, bring the attention, bring the sunshine, and I hope that happens exactly like that. So, from everything I've seen today, we've got pretty much one of the most ambitious indie projects to take RTS gaming to the next level, to fulfill a sort of a dream, I think, of a community that wants to build something that is both a spiritual successor to games like Supreme Commander that were favorites of hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people. But what you're doing is you're trying to also move the ball and deliver what people believed would have happened had this industry been, in the commercial sense, in the regular publishing industry sense, and move forward. You're trying to fulfill that promise, and they're big shoes, and I think you guys are on track to fill that. So Sanctuary, Shattered Sun, I love it. Love the name, love the concept, love the science fiction, love the art, love the concepts, the backstory. The work you've done so far is amazing, and I'm super excited to see you guys really succeed. Get the ball all the way down the field on this, raise the money, build the game, and deliver this. This is going to be fantastic.